How many things do we do in a day? When you wake up in the morning, you have your to-do list ready to go. I'm going to do this, this, and this. And you start off on your day. Most days go like a buzz, with so many things to do and so little time. Sometimes you do only a few things, but it still feels like the day is just too short. You wake up and before you know it, it's time for bed already. And you wish you had more time to finish up some more work. And even when you wake up, you still feel like if only there were more hours at night so you can get some extra shut-eye. Have you ever wished there were more hours in a day, or even days in a week? 24 hours a day is just not enough. Just imagine if we had 3 hours a day to eat, 8 hours to work, 3 hours to run errands, 3 hours to relax, and then 8 to 10 hours of sleep. That's 27 hours of a very fruitful day, but not the usual day, which goes down something like this: eating in 10 minutes when possible, working 10 hours, and whatever you do outside of that gets squished into the weekends and kills part of your sleep at night. And there is rarely any time to relax. If you ever wanted more time in the day, then good news for you. Scientists are saying that days on Earth are actually getting longer. But the bummer is that it's such a tiny change that you'd never notice it. Unless, of course, you get bitten by a vampire and become immortal. After billions of years, you will finally be able to enjoy these much-needed longer days. Or is it the other way around? You're tired of complaining that the days are just too long already, and you have nothing left to do. A new research states that the Earth's rotation is slowing down for various reasons. For a long time, scientists have known that the Earth's rotation has been slowing down. Scientists have used all sorts of methods, from the time and location of ancient eclipses to precise measurements of the length of a day. As a matter of fact, even in the course of a century, the Earth's rotation has not been steady. The rotations slow down and speed up ever so slightly, and possible causes may be because of glitches in the movement of our planet's molten core. However, a more generally accepted cause for this slowdown seems to be our moon. Researchers from the University of Wisconsin-Madison have discovered just how much the rotation has slowed down with the help of statistical tools and geological analysis. Based on the relationship between the moon and the Earth, back about 1.4 billion years ago, studies have found that a day was just over 18 hours long. The moon is constantly moving far away from the Earth. I guess that's what Mr. Earth gets for taking Mrs. Moon for granted. Scientists have determined that the moon is moving at a rate of 1.5 inches per year away from the Earth, and 1.4 billion years ago, it was a little bit closer and the Earth's rotation was a little bit faster. That means over the course of over a billion years, we were able to gain an extra 6 hours. Sounds like a lot, if you forget I mentioned billion. That's about 0.000015 seconds a year. Currently, it is believed that days on Earth are getting longer by about 0.000018 seconds each year. So how did scientists make these calculations? First of all, when they were in school, they took nothing for granted, and that's how they became geologists. They used a technique called astrochronology, which links geological record with astronomical theory to reconstruct the history of Earth and its interaction with the solar system. Sounds a bit complicated. It sure is. Specifically, they used the Milankovitch Cycles. These cycles are the result of orbital forcing, which are climate changes caused by changes in Earth's axial tilt and its axial precession, or the wobble of Earth's axis towards and away from the Sun, and changes in the orbit around the Sun. These changes were recorded from the observance of ancient rocks and fossils. What did the rock say to the geologist? You guessed it. Don't take me for granted. But with all these new discoveries also comes a problematic question and uncertainty and confusion. The moon is about 4.5 billion years old, and currently is moving away from the Earth at a rate of 1.5 inches per year. If we go back into time to just about 1.5 billion years ago, the Moon would have been too close to the Earth and it would have been ripped apart by the planet's gravitational forces. This had led scientists to observe two different layers of ancient rock, one from 1.4 billion years ago, Siameling Formation in northern China, and another from a 55 million year old layer from the Walvis Ridge in the southern Atlantic Ocean. And keep this in mind, this is why you never lend money to a geologist. They think loans from 55 million years ago is still recent. Based on the research of the geological data from both recent and long ago, they were able to conclude that the Moon was moving away from the Earth at a slower pace billions of years ago, and the amount of time our days gain per year is increasing. With all the extra time you will get after the next billion years, what do you plan on doing?